What this means for the Varus is going to be an interesting one, because I think that on hit gets a lot more value when you've basically got an entire team full of frontline.
Yeah, there's so many champions on the side of Quantum Freaks that can help create space for him, help lock people down, so I think on hit would make more sense in this situation.
Let's jump out of the rift for game number 1 of our Saturday Showdown. Complete footwork being the most popular.
And it is going to be the lethality Varus, so clearly want to use that poke against the relative short range of Nongshim. Obviously, Nongshim have a lot of ability to gap close, but Zeri and Talia aren't the longest range champions themselves. And I think importantly, kind of going on your point before about the Maokai, even though it's not obviously going to be a farming Maokai paired with a center, winning lane, getting ahead, even as a support, makes such a big difference to how this champion can operate. Get an early axle in a winning lane. That isn't winning lane.
And we see with some of the other choices, you know, namely the Comet, maybe a little bit of extra poke damage early.
Yeah, it's not fun playing into Udyr.
No. Dudu is demonstrating that that is exactly right. And there is the knock-up. Actually, Andil not able to stop it. Okay, the Ignite is down. He might just be dead. We'll at least have to flash, I think, but no, there's the flash forward, and he flashes anyway. Disaster! Zeri picks up the kill for first blood. Udyr doesn't exactly have the control, but Sylvie able to lock down that one. Weaver's Wall coming on in as well as Dudu. Going to be blocked out from this one. Great Emperor's Divide, though, and that is going to be the kill onto Colmy. Flash from Sylvie will lock down one of his owners, Dundun. He's booping, but I don't know whether it's actually going to get him any kills, so instead, he runs really quickly and is just going to be able to press a whole bunch of buttons and be fine. The Udyr way. On the Udyr first, I think he was one of the more experimental Udyr players, as Cuz is going to find a Glacial Prison, and speaking of Dundun, he's dead. Yep. He's real dead.
And you can see with the build that Dundun's gone, so Oblivion Orb to cut down the healing, the Aatrox, boots of swiftness so he can stick on top of him more, but no armor.
Some power in side lanes, things like that, certainly going to be very valuable, especially with the pseudo globals that they do have available. Speaking of which, in comes one towards this top side, and there is the flash out. Peter not quite there in time, though, as Jiwoo skates over the wall. They find the knock-up, and it's Jiwoo that collects it. The shutdown gold going to the Zeri. And you're the one that always brings all the Chemtex. It's just a little bit sad, isn't it?
I am kissed.
Yeah.
Oh, much.
See what I said, 80%. Okay, Paranoia going to come on down here as right into the backline goes Sylvie. He's right on top of Bull. Not a whole lot he can do about it. And he's going to have to flash the wall. Does get out of the way, but Jiwoo is dead as well. Colmy takes down Bulldog. And Sylvie has at least continued to zone out the Varus. So a 1-for-1 is going to be the trade. And it's
so definitely viable getting gold on that. And now looking for another bot lane gank.
Yep, that's going to be Paranoia used. I have a feeling Dudu's dead. He will be knocked up, and there it is. They just take down the turret as well. Bull now has an opportunity to try and lock down this turret as well, but Seismic Shove and all of the rocks and things like that is going to mean that that's going to be impossible, and Teleport was prepared. The flank angle for the Aatrox, that's a scary one, but they know exactly what's going on. Nature's Grasp will catch out one, and it's Dundun. So he can tank a bit, but not that much. The quickness diving into the backline is now Jiwoo trying to utilize the lack of vision on the side of the Quandong Freaks, but Bulldogs found him. Empress Divide after the flash, and they just execute the Zeri. Colmy not going to be able to get the Seismic Shove onto Cuz either, and that was a disaster for Nongshim. It's fine though. All right. This outer turret on the top side of the map. The next thing that Nongshim are looking for, Nature's Grasp going to come down there as Seismic Shove will be stopwatched. Really nicely done, but it's not going to save Bulldog. He does get a really nice Emperor's Divide of this Drake area. And all right, yeah, Weaver's Wall going to come down. Nature's Grasp coming in. Peter looking for that flank angle. Can they actually get anything done here, though, is the question. Peter dives over. That is going to be the steal on the Drake, but can they win the fight? Dundun is dealing with Dudu, and now they've taken out the tree. Sylvie is burning, but he's still alive. And Nongshim, they can just back away if they would like to. Still a few cooldowns left up and available here for the Quandong Freaks. So not going to risk it. As an example for what a champion should normally do.
That's valid.
All right, Sylvie actually going to avoid the smite interrupting the spell shielders. There is the wall, but no, he gets pulled back, and it's not going to work out now. Dundun, he's running for the hills. There's the Nature's Grasp. Doesn't get a lot of value as now Peter's on that flank angle. And you can see the Zeri wants to find a way in. They want to save this Udyr, but it's not going to work out. Sylvie and Dundun just lying on the floor. And now these theoretical flankers possibly caught out themselves. See whether Jiwoo can actually keep himself alive. There's the flash. He's going to have to flash out. There's the ulti as well. As Andil, once again, the target, the Emperor's Divide, is just too good. And the Bloodthirst are not enough to keep him up. And Kwangdong Freaks, I think this should at least be a Baron. They might even be able to grab the ace with a kill on Call Me here, and there it is.
So well played. A beautiful shuffle from Bulldog. Two of your global tools. And the enemy team has Baron.
Yeah, 100% inner turret should be going down here. Is now, who is ganking who? Dudu's going to flash his way out. So I think recognizing that he was the one being ganked. But still, his base, like the base is just going down here.
Sylvie for Nexus trade?
Yeah, I think maybe Dudu's realizing that perhaps he shouldn't actually be scared of the Nocturne with a lot of magic resist, as now Nexus turrets are being shot at. Jiwoo does make his way back, but Nexus turret number 1 is down.
And they didn't even get the Aatrox.
Yeah, I would say that this has not been a great trade thus far. Okay, Peter is going to be hit by a cat. And now he might be in trouble. Bull chasing him down. There's the paranoia. Bull may have overstepped though, as ulti comes in from Jiwoo. Now just throwing this electricity into Dudu. Okay, Peter trying to cause an issue here as Nongshim. So far they've done the most damage, but they haven't actually found too much more. That's a great ulti onto Call Me, but no follow-up there for Cuz.
A significant amount of time, if not indefinitely. And that's why Nongshim really have to be cautious about potential Baron being started.
Yep, the engage onto Dundun, but he's just not that tanky. Okay, Paranoia does come on down here. Onto Bull they go. Peter actually finds the knock-up. Dundun has already fallen down, but Jiwoo's been singled out, skates over the wall. Emperor's Divide used this time onto Call Me, and cut apart is the Zeri. Sylvie and Peter wondering where the rest of their team went. I think they're going to go back to their fountain and watch their Nexus explode.
But the rest of your team are dead, and now it's a Nocturne Rakan to try and save the game, and I don't think odds are in their favor.
I don't think it's looking all that good here as Peter finds one of the knockups onto Andil, his favorite target in these fights. And finally, Bulldog just decides that he's going to send the Sand Soldiers after them. One Nexus turret was in their way this entire time. 7,000 gold, the advantage. And Kwangdong Freaks, they will find a victory in Game 1 of the series. The amount of the tankiness numbers, I want to see the tankiness numbers.
I want to see damage like mitigated, like, you know, how much damage you would have took if you win the tankiest pierce.
I want the bar for like damage cared about, and Cuz would be -1,000,000.
None.